bring our next contestant to the stage, Rich Russell. Rich Russell. After Rich Russell will be Rob Ross and Sam Melissa.
Hey, how we doing, Sambuca? Hey, give it up for yourself for coming out and supporting Open Mic. I appreciate it. I think there was a little problem on the paper. My name is Butch Russell, not Rich Russell. Okay, Rich has an I in it, Butch has a U in it. So it's Butch with a U, not an I. Thanks, sir. I do a paper laugh, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, oh, you laughed at that? Thank you. Hey, you guys, great. I am celebrating a couple things tonight. It's 20 years ago this month that 30 years ago this time flies. 30 years ago this month that I first started trying to quit smoking. And 3 weeks ago tonight, I met a lady, and we're now in a relationship. So give it up for that. Yeah, it's a good time. She couldn't be here tonight. She woke up this morning walking in the living room, walking with like a little limp, and I said, "Honey, are you okay?" She said, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "No, what's wrong?" She goes, "Nothing." She said, "The sex was great last night." I said, "Well, of course it was." And then she had the audacity to ask me, she says, "Are you taking any kind of sexual enhancement pills?" I said, "No, I'm wearing my nicotine patches. I can take it off next time." She said, "Oh, no, don't take it off. You leave that on." So I thought, if that one patch does it, I am rocking her world tonight, baby. Yes, sir. Fun. I've been in restaurant work for about 40 years now. I've done everything. I've done dishes. I've been a cook. I've been a manager, general manager. I'm currently a server right now in a restaurant. And what I figured out after all these years is I hate people. I hate people. They're some stupid, but they just don't pay attention, man. That's crazy. A buddy of mine, he was a server out in California, out in Van Nuys, and that's where the rich people live. And this rich couple, this female actress, brought her boyfriend down on the patio to have dinner. So my buddy's inside recording them talking and everything. All of a sudden, they started arguing, and the guy reaches over and he slaps this famous actress across the face. And then she stands up and starts stabbing the dude with her fork. Her name was Reese.
With a spoon?
No, with her fork. Please pay attention, okay? Please pay attention. Man, gosh. Let me see, what else have I got? Yeah.
Tell us more about your sex life.
Sex life. I don't have one of those, ma'am. I'm sorry. I used to work at Walmart. Used to is a key word there because I hate people, okay? This little old lady come walking through and she had a whole cart full of dog food and cat food. And I run her up and I told her what her total was. And she gets her purse out and puts it up on the counter. She gets in there digging around. She gets a little change purse out and starts digging around in that. And then she starts crying. I said, "What's wrong, man?" "I don't have enough money to pay for my stuff." And I got a big heart. I got compassion. You know, I'm a good guy. I used to work in a nursing home, believe it or not, and I wait on old people all the time. So I did what any good guy would do. I got in my pocket. I got my registry key out, locked my drawer, and helped her put all that shit back. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I got a short set, but I'm going to get out of here. I was at McDonald's last week having breakfast. And there's 4 guys sitting behind me, and one guy gets up and goes to the bathroom. So the other 3 guys are sitting there talking about bragging about their boys, how good they are, and how successful they are. And the first guy said, "Yeah," said, "My boy, he works down at GM. He bought him a Cadillac Escalade last week and paid cash for it." Second guy said, "That's cool." He said, "My boy's in real estate and got into it right out of high school. He bought him a house in the Hamptons last week and paid cash for it." Third guy said, "That's cool." He said, "My boy, he works down at Boeing. He bought him a Learjet last week and paid cash for it." About that time, the 4th guy comes back and says, "Hey, what are you guys talking about?" "Oh, we're just talking about our boys, how successful they are and everything." What's your boy do?" He's a bartender down at the gay bar." And all the guys went, oh man, sorry about that. You know, at least he's got a job. He said, well, it's not too bad. He don't work a whole lot of hours. He makes a boatload of money. In fact, last week was his birthday. He got a Cadillac Escalade and a house in the Hamptons and a Learjet from his customers. That's my time, folks. Thanks a lot.
Alright, that was Butch Russell. I'm sorry. I just got that joke for the first time. That's how blonde I am on the inside. Alright, let's get our next comedian up to the stage. Rob Russell. After Rob Russell. I just fucked up your name with his name. That's the ADHD everyone. Rob Ross. Followed by Sam Valessa, followed by Steve Wall. Like how I'm married, you guys.
Thanks for coming, honey. I appreciate it.
So when I was coming in, I saw that I met some nurses coming in. Do you want to check my stool? So it's fibrous, brown, and all that. So they tell you that what people fear worse than death. Anybody